Warner Brothers thinks they know what fans want, yet they almost always make the worst choices possible. Instead of actually listening to the people who spend money to watch their movies, they listen to the people who will complain no matter what they do, and the people who don't actually care about things like the DCEU or amazing characters like Superman. Now, we've heard a lot of rumors about Warner Brothers wanting to make a Superman movie with a black lead, and they never actually confirmed any details about it or really gave us any information whatsoever about it. But now the Hollywood Reporter's releasing a bunch of new information about the project, and a lot of us are really surprised with the direction that they're taking it in. So, we're gonna start off with the Hollywood Reporter article, Behind Warner Brothers' Search for a Black Superman. So it says, while promoting his Amazon Prime film Tom Clancy's Without Remorse in late April, Michael B. Jordan put a kryptonite pin in any rumors that he might suit up as Warner Brothers' next Superman. A lot of people really like Michael B. Jordan. They were hoping that he was going to maybe play this version of Superman. We didn't really know. He toyed with the rumors though, and he said, "I'm flattered that people have me in the conversation." Jordan told The Hollywood Reporter, "It's definitely a compliment, but I'm just watching on this one." With that, a whole new guessing game has kicked off centered on who will play the new Man of Steel. I'm personally really disappointed they're not using Henry Cavill anymore, that they're kind of going away from that version of the DCEU because it sounds like they want to start a whole other universe. It is really disappointing for me because I really thought he did an excellent job. But an arguably more pressing, who will direct? Sources say J.J. Abrams, who is producing the film, is not among the many possibilities being considered. When Warner's announced in February that celebrated author Ta-Nehisi is writing the screenplay, and Abrams is producing, it did not address the matter of helming. But insiders say Warner's and DC are committed to hiring a black director to tackle what will be the first cinematic version of Superman featuring a black actor, with one source adding that putting Abrams at the helm would be tone deaf. I think that this movie is going to be a mess. They want to specifically find a black director, which isn't fair at all, because if someone is qualified for a job, they should be allowed to apply for it no matter what their skin color is. Imagine if a company said white directors only, that's what we're looking for. People would be absolutely livid over it, but when you're racist against white people, apparently it's okay to Hollywood. Second off, they hired someone who is known for adding political messaging to comics because he has written for Marvel in the past. He did Captain America comics, Black Panther comics, and each one that he wrote had that kind of messaging in it. So we shouldn't expect anything else from this movie. I mean, they were horrible runs, and I personally also really don't like J.J. Abrams' work, so that for me is a lot of negatives right there. But scrolling down, while the next Superman will likely land a named director, the star could be a relative unknown, as was the case when Brandon Routh suited up for Bryan Singer's 2006 Superman Returns, and Henry Cavill donned the cape for Zack Snyder's 2013 Man of Steel. I wouldn't say that Henry Cavill was an unknown. I mean, he had done lots of previous work in the past. He wasn't as well known as he is now because he's on The Witcher. He did Sherlock Holmes in Enola Holmes, and also he's Superman. But it says neither Superman Returns nor Man of Steel lived to outsize expectations, with the former earning $391 million worldwide and the latter taking in $668 million. But establishing a new tone with the launch of the next Superman franchise is key to Warner Brothers DC's film future. As such, little will remain of the so-called Snyderverse vision, which enjoyed its last hurrah with Snyder's 4-hour Justice League bowing on HBO Max in March. Among his handpicked stars will remain Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, and of course Ezra Miller. DC sees its upcoming Flash movie, which began production in April in London, as its way forward in the post-Snyder world. Now, here is a lot of information jam-packed into one small paragraph. The Superman film, the new one, appears to be moving onto its own track and won't be part of the universe as of now. Those are the keywords that we need to take into consideration. As of now, maybe they know something they're not saying. Maybe this is just a guess, who knows? But maybe this Superman film could be part of the universe we already know. It says sources tell THR that Coates is crafting a kal-el in the vein of the original Superman comics and will have the protagonist hail from Krypton and come to Earth. While the story is currently being crafted and many details could change, one option under consideration is for the film to be a 20th century period piece. Now, again, like I said, there is a lot of information jam-packed here. It says, as of now, it is not part of the current universe, but Coates is crafting a kal-el in the vein of the original Superman comics. So it sounds like they are race-swapping Clark Kent and Kal-El when they literally already have an established black Superman. Now, Calvin Ellis was Kal-El, but from the way it sounds like they're going with simply race-swapping Clark Kent because Calvin Ellis never actually got his own series. He was only a character who made appearances in the Justice League, Superman Rebirth, Final Crisis. He basically was only just used as an alternate world version of Superman in a bunch of different things, so maybe they'd give this random multiverse Superman his own movie, though he's not that well established, and it can't be val-zod because he was the foster brother of Kal-El on Earth 2, and we know now that it's actually Kal-El who they're using, so it can't be val-zod. They literally could have just used him, but nope, it just wasn't good enough for them, so now it sounds like they're doing a race swap. I'm fine with a black Superman if it's done properly, if they had planned to use val-zod, and if the writing's amazing, but to just race swap Clark, they'd just be tokenizing a character. There's no reason why you can't make an original black Kryptonian, or even an Asian Kryptonian. Go ahead, I will give it a very fair shot, but don't race swap an existing character. I feel the same about gender swaps. I know a lot of people don't like race swaps or gender swaps, and I agree. And all of this information just had to come out on a very specific day. All of this information came out on Henry Cavill's birthday. I mean, clearly, they are giving him the finger, which really sucks because he has been an amazing Superman, yet of course, Warner Brothers doesn't care that he loved playing the part and wanted to keep playing the character because he doesn't fit into their diversity quota. It continues on to say diversity and representation remain key drivers of the DC universe moving forward. I am all for diversity and representation and inclusivity, but you have to do it properly. You have to still write good stories. You still have to give us good characters. You can't just take characters and twist them to fit your own narratives. It says Warner is developing a Latino Blue Beetle movie, HBO Max is casting for a gay Green Lantern character, and the CW's Arrowverse is about to get its second black female superhero series with Naomi, just as Black Lightning is about to wrap its final season. And it finishes off with talking about Abrams, saying who inked a $500 million deal with Warner Media in September 2019. He will still wield plenty of influence in the DC universe. With Snyder gone, the Star Wars Episode 7 The Force Awakens director will now have perhaps the largest footprint as he oversees the Justice League Dark Universe for film and TV. Even the people they're doing this for, the audience they want to target with this film, hates the idea of this right now because they want an original character and not a race swap of an existing character, and they are still furious with Warner Brothers because they haven't apologized for everything Ray Fisher went through because of Joss Whedon. We can see a big reason they're doing this is because they have so many accusations of racism against them right now between Joss Whedon and Warner Brothers in general over the whole Ray Fisher situation. I genuinely hope they decide to go in a different direction and actually use val-zod because that would be the only choice that would make sense right now, but unfortunately, I doubt the writing would be good anyway. I don't want any of these movies to be bad, but I personally don't have much hope in them to do any good with any future projects, especially with the lineup of people that they're looking for and also the people they've already hired for it. But let everyone know your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel, and And if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.